So you do in-home sales like selling home improvements, and when you walk into the home and the first thing you hear is, well, we aren't planning on doing anything till next year or for a couple of years. And you think, another waste of time. If so, you need to watch this video on how to handle that. Watch to the end to see the different ways you can handle this. If these videos are helping you, would you please subscribe to help me and check out the link for more free training listed in the description below. The first thing that will help is to understand that it's not a waste of your time. It is not a condition, it is just a statement. A condition would be if you were trying to sell hair dye to a person who's bald. That is something that can't be overcome. When someone says, I'm not planning to do anything till next year, it could just be a defensive statement to back you off. Just another variation of, I'm not buying anything today, I'm planning on getting 3 estimates before I do anything, or I'm just looking. We sell people like that all the time. If you actually believe these type of things, then the customer's closing you. It should be the other way around. You're also starting to pre-qualify if you think it's a waste of time. To me, any type of statement like that a customer makes at the beginning is meaningless. If you believe it, you're the one giving it meaning, not the customer. The key to understanding how to handle this is what it really means in most cases. Why would anyone want to wait to start improving something they know needs done? It doesn't matter if it's a bathroom, windows, HVAC system, or kitchen. It all comes down to the same reason on why they would want to wait to do it next year or further down the road. It's money or affordability. Look at it this way. If it was free, how soon do you think they'd want the work done? If you understand that waiting until next year has nothing to do with anything else but money, you'd be on your way to making a lot more sales and money. If you went to someone's home and the first thing they said was, well, we don't think we can afford it now, would that bother you? Of course not. Then understanding what wait until next year really means is the same thing, and you'll be on your way. A key with this is that you don't try to deal with it or fight them about this at the beginning. Roll with the punches, and whatever they say, no problem. The first time I may even deal with it is after I've gotten rapport and control, and when I'm in the needs analysis or identify the problem part of your sales call. So the way to handle this problem is that you have to bring it to the real issue of the money. Once you get the hot buttons and the information on the problem, i.e., the windows are leaking, the bathroom's outdated, the roof is old, and have clearly established the problem the customer wants solved, I always get a commitment that they want to do something. For example, so how long have you been thinking about getting a new bathroom? Well, a year or so. So other than affordability, is there any other reason you wouldn't get the work done? Well, Ron, like we said, we wanted to wait until next year. And so I leave you the right information. What's the main reason for that? Because we would be able to afford it then. Or that's when we can fit it into our budget. What else could they say? So then I wrap it up by saying, so other than the affordability, is there any other reason you wouldn't want it done as soon as possible? Or if I have to, it might help to clarify it by just saying, well, if it was free, how soon would you want the work done? Well, if it was free, as soon as possible. Remember that if you're going to bring it to the money, do it here after you've warmed them up and done your needs analysis. Don't deal with it or try to fight them right at the door. It makes you seem desperate, and you don't have the ammo you have that you would get by better identifying the problem in your needs analysis. If I can't get past it, or you prefer another method, I sometimes wait until the close and I do it like this. I go along with the next year premise the whole time and don't start to bring them closer to the present until the close. So my pre-close is like this. So next year when you do something, is this the window you definitely want? Get the commitment, and then when I deliver the price, I say, okay, here's your estimate for next year, and I show them the price and let them clearly see that it has 5% added to it. For example, the job is $15,000 and they see a plus $750, then the total of $15,750. They always ask, well, Ron, what's that 5% charge of $750? Well, if you wait until next year, the price goes up around 5%, and that's what it'll cost. Oh. Well, I have a question. If we could make it affordable, would you consider doing it within the year? Then you wouldn't have to pay the price increase? Well, possibly. Well, if you did it within the year, then I take off the 5% or $750, then it would be $15,000, and then I say, well, we actually have a sale going on right now. Now, if it was affordable, would you consider doing it within the 90 days that the sale is good for? Because it would save you even more money. Well, what would that be? Well, it's an $800 off sale, so it'd actually bring your price to $14,200. So you can see that I'm bringing them closer and closer to eventually, once I work out how to make it affordable with the 90-day price, that it leads to. Now, I know you weren't planning on doing anything now, but if you want the best value to price possible, if you actually did it today, it would save you, etc., etc. Then I do whatever today urgency discount I have. So I gently, and the key is gently, brought them closer and closer with each step of the close. That's one way that has worked well for me to get sales from not doing anything to next year customers. Now, sometimes the next year comment can come from the time of the year for seasonal products like HVAC. For example, I used to sell swimming pools, and every year around September, all the other salespeople would start to slump and my sales went up. We were hearing, well, it's already September, and after this is installed, we won't be able to use our pool maybe a week or so maybe we'll just wait until next year. This is something HVAC reps start to hear about air conditioning late in the season as well. Well, it's late in the year and probably won't need to use an air conditioner much longer. I always said, well, let me ask you a question. Are you getting a pool/air conditioner for just 1 year or for the rest of the time you're living here? Well, for the rest of our lives. So you aren't losing out by not using it now, but the benefit is that you won't pay the price increase. You take advantage of the best price for their end of the year sale, and when the summer starts, you can be ready and get the entire summer's use out of it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, then just help me fill out the credit application and we can get started. Remember that underneath all of this is the fact that they're talking to you now. They called you in September. The fact that they're calling you for an air conditioner estimate in September means to me that they must really be desperate, not the opposite. The main takeaway from this should be that doing it next year may be an initial stall, or if they really are planning for next year, that it's really just about the money. You need to change your mindset that these are easily closable. Plus you have the added plus that even if they had planned to do it next year, that they still called you now. To me, they must be serious or I wouldn't be there. And finally, that you're helping them by getting them to do it now, by them getting it at the lowest price, by not paying the price increases that everything has, and solving their problems sooner than later. If you like these type of videos, please check out the video on 4 ways to use questions or the playlist on closing listed above. Happy selling!